Trump didn't hesitate. On live television, under blazing studio lights, he leaned into the microphone and did what he had done for years. He bragged, "I have an IQ of 180. The claim landed heavy in the room, not because anyone believed it, but because of how confidently it was delivered. Trump stood tall at his podium, chest out, jaw locked, riding the same bravado that had carried him through countless speeches and rallies. He talked about support, about strength, about how underestimated he was. But something in the air felt off. Across from him, Barack Obama didn't move. He didn't roll his eyes. He didn't smirk. He stood calm, steady, almost patient-like, someone waiting for a storm to pass so they could point out the damage afterward. When the question of intelligence and leadership came up, Trump doubled down. He framed his IQ as proof of his superiority, as evidence that he alone was qualified to lead. The room went quiet. Obama finally spoke. He didn't mock the number. He didn't debate it emotionally. Instead, he did something far more unsettling. He treated it like a factual claim. Specific claims are easy to verify, Obama said calmly. That was the shift. He explained, in plain terms, that intelligence isn't something you declare into existence. If Trump had taken the tests he claimed, there would be records, institutions, documentation. And yet, none existed. Not from universities, not from medical boards, not from any credible source. The contrast was immediate. Trump spoke in absolutes and exact. Obama spoke in receipts and reality. Obama didn't stop there. He widened the frame. He talked about decision-making under pressure, about leadership that leaves a paper trail because it produces real outcomes. He referenced moments from his presidency's choices that carried consequences beyond applause or headlines. Decisions like authorizing the mission that killed Osama bin Laden, negotiating nuclear agreements, pulling the country back from economic collapse. These weren't hypothetical. They were measurable results. Trump grew defensive. His voice rose. He interrupted. He accused Obama of lying. But every interruption only emphasized the imbalance. One man reacted. The other explained. Obama's response never changed. If it's true, he said, it should be easy to prove. Trump had nothing to show. No documents, no scores, no evidence. Just repetition. As the moment stretched on, Trump's posture shifted. The confidence tightened into frustration. The bravado thinned into agitation. His words began looping back on themselves, louder but less coherent. Obama didn't press. He didn't need to. Then came the final line, the one that didn't attack Trump's intelligence, but dismantled the performance around it. Real intelligence doesn't need to be announced, Obama said. When someone feels the need to constantly tell you how smart they are, it usually says more about insecurity than brilliance. Trump froze. There was no comeback, no insult, no deflection that landed. What was supposed to be a debate had turned into a public unraveling, not through shouting, but through contrast. Not through humiliation, but through exposure. And in that moment, millions watching didn't see a genius under attack. They saw a claim collapse under the weight of reality. And that silence said more than any insult ever could. For the first time that night, Trump didn't interrupt. He didn't deflect. He didn't reach for a nickname or a conspiracy. He just stood there, blinking, jaw tight, searching for a counterpunch that never came. The audience felt it instantly. The energy shifted from spectacle to exposure. Obama didn't press harder. He didn't need to. He simply let the moment breathe. Leadership, he added calmly, isn't about proving how smart you are. It's about showing you can listen, learn, and take responsibility when decisions actually matter. No applause que. No flourish, just a statement that landed heavy. Trump tried to laugh it off, a short hollow sound that didn't quite reach his eyes. He muttered something about fake media, about unfair questions, about how everyone knows how smart he is. But the words didn't carry. They floated and fell flat before reaching the first row. The moderator glanced between them, sensing the imbalance. The debate clock kept ticking, but the fight was already over. Obama had reframed the entire exchange. It was no longer about IQ scores or bravado. It was about credibility, and Trump had none left to spend. Social media exploded within minutes. Clips of Obama's line about intelligence not needing to be announced spread everywhere. Commentators replayed Trump's stunned expression on a loop. Analysts didn't argue about who won. They talked about composure, contrast, and collapse. By the time the broadcast ended, the narrative was locked in. Trump had come in trying to dominate with numbers he couldn't prove. Obama left having proven something else entirely. You don't expose a lie by shouting at it. You expose it by asking it to stand on its own. And that night, under those lights, it couldn't.